This is Carita Packs with Bowie TV at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where the Baltimore Ravens and the Chiefs kicked off the NFL season in prime time. And once again, it was a matchup that came down to the very end. Isaiah Likely, he was able to haul in a touchdown pass from Lamar Jackson, but the refs, after review, overturned it and said it was not a touchdown. And that is how this game ended for the Baltimore Ravens. It was a really tough loss. After the game, we talked to Lamar Jackson, and he said that he still believes it was a touchdown.
Your perspective on that, on Zay's touchdown?
You said it, James. I thought it was a touchdown. Still think it's a touchdown.
This was a game that really came down to missed opportunities for the Baltimore Ravens. It just didn't seem like the offense was able to get into a rhythm, and a lot of that had to do with some of the penalties throughout the game, particularly illegal formation on the offensive line. And the offensive line was a worry that I had coming into this game, but it was more so because there was a lot of inexperience on the line. But those illegal formation calls, many of them ended up being on Ronnie Stanley, who is a vet on the line. After the game, Ronnie Stanley talked to us about his viewpoint on those illegal formation penalties.
Good clarification, and we were doing a good job in OTAs, and all of a sudden today, the refs, whatever calls they made, it's their decision, but didn't feel consistent with what we were told from the other refs earlier on.
So you were surprised the first time it was called on you?
Yeah, second play of the game, first pass play of the game, no warning before that, I thought it was a little different, and then the way it was going through the game, I really feel like they were just trying to make an example and chose me to be the one to do that. And, as far as I saw, they weren't doing it on both sides of the ball, and I know that I was lined up, in a good position, majority of those calls they made, but we'll go back, watch the film, and we'll make sure everything will send it in.
Going back to Isaiah Likely, he was someone who was able to find rhythm. Lamar Jackson targeted him quite a bit, even more so than Mark Andrews. But Isaiah Likely said that they cannot let these games come down to the refs in the future.
At this point, it's just you got to look at the call. You got to look on, obviously watch the film, see what we could do better to not put ourselves in a situation where, to leave in the refs' hands to be able to call that call and call that game. So, all I say is just watch the film, see what we can improve on, and move on to next week.
On the defensive side of the ball, they did just enough to keep the Ravens in the game. It definitely could have been a cleaner defensive performance, and that is something that Roquan Smith said after the game. He also said that he takes responsibility for the defense's performance and some of that miscommunication. And with that, I asked him why he felt it was his responsibility, and he basically said because he's a leader on this defense.
Roquan, you keep saying it starts with you. Why is it that you're putting that responsibility on yourself?
I'm the leader of the defense, and there's countless other leaders out there as well, but I look myself in the mirror and I hold myself to the highest of high standards, and at the end of the day, I get the call in from the DC, and I echo the call out to the guys, and I have to make sure we're all on the same page. So that's what it is, and it'll be that way. So it is what it is, but you just take things and build off of it.
Last but not least, we were able to see Derrick Henry on the field. He got the Ravens' first touchdown in the first quarter, and after that he did contribute, but ironically Lamar Jackson was the leading rusher tonight. But no matter what, they wanted the win, and Derrick Henry said there are things that they can take from this game and build upon in the future.
Derrick, as you look ahead, what are some things that you can take from this game that you'll be able to build on moving forward?
I think collectively as a group, we know that we're resilient. No matter what happens, we can still be in the game. We have playmakers all around the field. Be back in the game in the drive. We saw that with Zay Likely, making that big old play, getting us back in the game just that fast. And we just got to stay locked in, have a belief in one another, and let the rest take care of itself.
All in all, the Ravens know that their performance can be better, and they said that this is the last time that people will see them play bad on national television and in general. So we look forward to the next game, which is at home against the Raiders. Stay tuned to Bowie TV for all your Ravens content.